Yay. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to our Monday night call. I know we've got some more people that are going to be jumping on. We were all just on Alita's team call where Megan Malakovic was sharing about social media and posting. And so that's really what I want us to go over tonight as well. So I thought we would just review what she went through and maybe do some coaching for each other and kind of get some ideas and talk through some different thoughts around posting. How many of you that were on that? I mean, did that help you guys, that call that she just did? Yes. So tell me, what was your biggest takeaway? I took all kinds of notes. What were some of your aha moments? Who wants to go first? Y'all get to go. So I'll just start calling on you. Okay, Miss Valerie.
Don't be afraid to be yourself.
Oh, I love that. Okay, what about that stood out to you?
Well, I guess the fact that I've got these plugs in my ears, so I feel like I'm screaming. It's okay to be, what I got out of it was, it's okay to be yourself. Don't be trying, like I'm bad to get in there and think, well, I need to be like that. No, I need to be like that. I need to dress like that. Mm-hmm. And then it's hard to think of how to post something if you're trying to be somebody else.
So true.
You know, you gotta put it your personality, and don't be afraid to have your own personality in there.
Yes, I actually thought of you when she was talking about some of that, because I thought, man, you got such a cool niche, you know, with the dirt biking. I mean, that is so, like, you've got an entire community of women out there on social media that would follow you, that people you don't even know yet. You know what I mean?
I know, if I can just get them in there, that's the thing.
Yeah. So I think that would be huge for you, just to really develop. You know, one of the ladies that went on our Silver Star trip with us, she does cattle ranching and farming and stuff. And so she has a ton of farm wives in her community. And that just tripped my husband out, because he knows a lot of our community here, which is a lot of homeschool moms and stuff like that around in this area. And so he was like, I just never thought of like cattle wives, you know? And I'm like, it's really whatever your community is where your Plexus community is. So I love that. So definitely.
My problem is there's not a whole lot of girls. Most of them are guys.
I bet there's more than what you know, though. You know what I mean?
Well, I've actually met a lot of them, but they live in different areas. Like it's when we're camping, and we've not got to do a whole lot of camping this year. So I'm working on that.
Yeah, I love that. Well, we're going to explore that tonight. So I'm going to write that down. We're going to come back to that. So Pam or Tanya, what was your biggest takeaway from the call tonight?
I like the vision casting. Just the part of it about, this could be your life too. So like I'm trying to incorporate in there about retiring and what I want to do and the freedom that I'll have and the flexible schedule. I mean, I was just like scribbling as fast as I could as she was writing. I really wish they'd share those presentations with us. I wanted to write so much. But somehow blending that in without letting too many people. I got people on there that may not know that I'm going to retire. So I got to be careful, you know, it's not broadly known.
Yeah.
When that will take place, and maybe I just avoid when I'm thinking about doing it, but everyone should know me enough to know that I am going to do it in the pretty near future.
Exactly. I mean, you can always talk about planning for your future, planning for the next stage, the next season in life, you know, that kind of language, you know, you can kind of be.
And Valerie just made me think of something. I mean, we camped all last week. I didn't take a single picture of the campsite, you know, or where we were. And I'm thinking, well, shoot, I missed a whole opportunity there to do that. And part of it, I started out the whole weekend still in a COVID fog.
Yeah.
But, you know, but later on, you know, a few days in, I should have been thinking about that and doing those proactive planning. That's something that I don't do and I haven't done, is the proactive planning. Because excuse me, I'll sit down with my phone and I'm like, okay, what am I going to post? And I do something stupid or something that's not effective, and it gets the results. And so I need to, and it's a behavior that you have to develop that I've not ever done. So it's going to take some discipline to get to that point, like she is. I mean, I don't usually take my phone into the bathroom when I go, you know, so,
right? Yeah,
you know,
I know.
So I'm like, okay, well, I don't have kids to run away from. So when's my other opportunities? What, you know,
yeah,
like that.
No,
I enjoyed that part.
I love that. And that's what I mean, you know, I'm not a big social media person either, you know, and so for me to, when I post on Facebook, when I'm having to, you know, plan those types of things, I mean, it is definitely effort. It is not something that comes just, oh, natural, you know, like, I mean, I'm still that way. Every trip we go on, we come back from leaders retreat or jewel trip or whatever. And it's like, I mean, I saw 2 posts this week of girls that were at jewel school with me week before last. And I know the pictures they were posting were pictures that were taken there because I know the environment and I was with them. And here they are posting. And I'm like, I did not get enough pictures that week when I was there. I just took a couple and I've already shared them and I'm done, you know, but it's like, they're thinking ahead of like, oh, this is a really pretty background, or here's a cool whatever. And they're doing those different poses. They may have on the same outfit, but they're sharing them 3 or 4 weeks later. Nobody's going to notice, you know, I mean, it's so just really being proactive, especially when we're traveling, especially, you know, when we're doing events or different things, you know, you're at
just
the
life
campground.
things, life things. I mean, if you want to make it personal and build that, then it's just got to be, but I guess I think my life's boring. So who else would care? You know? So I had to find things that I feel like people might be interested in knowing. And maybe that's just me. And there's a lot of things that I do that someone might be interested in. I don't know. I got to get past that. Yeah.
Some of the things that we think are some of my posts that I think are the most mundane or no one's going to comment on this will be the ones that get the most. It's the craziest thing. I mean, my mother-in-law is moving, as you guys know, she's packing to move. She did a post without a picture. She just did a little post a day before yesterday talking about cleaning out stuff, packing, and finding all of these cards that people have given her throughout the years. And she hardly has any engagement on her post. When I saw that post, she already had 36 comments because she asked the question, do you keep every card that you get? And people were like, where are you moving? And, oh, I keep cards. And I mean, like, it was crazy. And I was like, oh, I sent her a screenshot and I circled it. And I'm like, look at this engagement, because it was a real post. It wasn't anything super, you know, awe-inspiring, but it was something everybody could relate to, of opening that box or that drawer and having all the cards, you know, people could relate to that. So they comment.
Yeah, she could tag on to that with some active about having energy to do all of that she's doing.
Exactly. We talked about that today. I'm like, just when you mix up your drink, just go ahead and take a picture. You don't have to post it right then. You know, that was something that I took away, was that your posts don't have to be real time.
Yeah.
Like, we feel like it needs to be what's happening in our life today. It's almost like, I don't know about y'all, but it's almost like I feel like I'm lying if I post something 3 days from now, that, you know what I mean? It's like, but you're not, I mean, you're still sharing your life and things. It's just not in that moment, you know, kind of thing. So Tanya, what was your big takeaway from Megan's call tonight?
Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. Am I unmuted?
Yes, you are. Okay.
Well, a lot of stuff in my wording, because I'm one of those that I love plexus. So I've got to show my real feelings. I don't do that good on social media. I'm good at talking to other people, small group. but share a lot. But I did find out today, I went to a funeral, and I did find out a lot of people follow my traveling and my grandchildren, because people that I don't even talk to come up and said, well, I seen you was in Canada, or, oh, you've got the prettiest grandbabies. So I know people, I guess that part of my life, I need to engage a little more of my plexus into.
Yeah. Well, and that should encourage you too, that people are watching you guys that you never know, because they didn't comment, they didn't like, but they're watching you. And so that's the big thing too. I think when we post about plexus, especially, or about, our energy, or, whatever, we hold up our drink, we're like, hey, like we may not get a lot of traction on that particular post, but they are watching, because that's why Megan was saying, sprinkle in, do a personal post, then do a product post, then do a personal post, then talk about community, then do a personal post, and then talk about the business, and then keep cycling that in, because you may only get your comments and likes over here on your personal post, but no, if they're seeing your personal ones, they're seeing the other ones too.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And 9 times out of 10, they're not going to comment on those. It's going to be plexus people commenting and liking them, but they're not going to comment on those, but they are watching, they are seeing it. And they're seeing it because they're seeing your personal post. And when you're like Gail and you have a post that people really engage a lot in, know that the next post that you post, all those people that just engage with you are going to see that. So if they are engaging in all of your personal ones, then you post a plexus one, they're going to be seeing that whether they engage or not. Then you go back, the personal drives your algorithm up. Then you see what I'm saying? So one is feeding the other in that aspect. So yeah, I love that. And just not mentioning plexus. I mean, she did not mention plexus. Mm-mm. We have a lot on our team that specifically mention plexus, or specifically, product. And it's like that comes across as salesy, and people are like, scroll, keep going. But how she mentioned it is, like you said, like with Gail moving, right? Man, I'm so glad I've got energy because this packing is wearing my butt out, or whatever. And so just being able to drop those seeds in there, just being able to plant those seeds. So let's talk about, just for a minute, we've talked about that. We talked about, what about that adding value? Adding value. Like, really, I've been thinking a lot about adding value lately, adding value to every conversation, to every text message, to every group chat, to every post. Like, how am I adding value? That's what I always say. It's like, just to comment at a group chat, just to comment, to put a smiley face, just to put a smiley face, like, or just to say, hey, I won't be on such and such, or whatever. Like, that is not adding value to the people reading that, right? So it's like, it's almost, I heard Michelle and Tim Thomas one time on a training, they said that they had a saying that said, inspire or shut up. It's the same kind of thing, So I often have that. I have that written in my journal, so in my calendar or my notebook several times, inspire or shut up. Because if I'm posting and it's not inspiring, it's not bringing value to the reader, then I probably don't even need to post it. It's really not going to be, people don't care that I went to the store and got milk today. They just don't care about that. They do care if I got a good deal on my milk, or if I got a new recipe I'm trying that they can try.
Or you found baby formula.
Right. So there's things like, so you have to think of it like that. Like, so you may think, Pam, like, well, my life's kind of boring. Well, how can you take something that you're doing and make it of value to those that are watching? Your husband has lost a ton of weight.
Yeah, I need to get that out there. You should have seen him yesterday.
Oh my gosh, you need to post that a couple of times a week, just sharing, hey, Curtis did a new workout today, and he's doing so well on his health loss and on his weight loss journey, and or he's feeling better, his blood sugars went down, whatever, take a picture of him mixing up his pink
Tomorrow will be great because he goes in for his evaluation, his monthly, tomorrow morning, so we'll know about the blood sugar and all that.
Yes.
So gotta be better.
See, that's
had no sugar.
That's awesome.
I'm like, no sugar.
No sugar. Take, I know Gail said that he was mixing up his pink drink or my mom said he was mixing up his pink drink when she was over there. Just grabbing your phone and just snapping a picture of him, look at Curtis stealing my pink drink over here.
I should. He does it every morning.
All that kind of stuff, Chris, I need to make a post. Chris came home the other day in the middle of the day, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he said, we came up here for lunch, and he said I needed to get my active and my hydrate, and he came in and grabbed a big huge handful of active and hydrate to take back to the shop, and like, I need to do a post on that. I should have taken a picture of him with it in his hand coming home and grabbing a big stash of it, but those are things like that you can just share that are everyday things, and you can work in, here's why, like my post the other day about active and, where he was stealing my active and he went and did limbs at the shop and he wasn't tired, that was huge. Like, I've had people comment on that, comment to me personally about it, versus on my post, but saying something to me about it, so think of ways you can add value. What are some topics that you're really passionate about that you think could be in your funnel to post about every week? We know Valerie talked about with the dirt biking and camping and stuff, so that's something. Tanya, what's something for you that you think you could post about?
I enjoy cooking and eating out, and of course my grandbabies. I should be getting a new one this week, so
yay, that's exciting.
So I enjoy cooking.
Yeah,
and everybody that knows me knows I'm a foodie,
and you're a good cook. People enjoy your food, right? So because I know they do, because I've heard them talk about it, and I've eaten
Valerie says yes, they do.
Yeah. So what if you were sharing cooking tips, tips on how to prepare meals ahead of time. You've got a grandbaby coming up. Maybe you're doing some crock pots, some freezer meals or something for them. That's the kind of stuff that I would read and be like, oh, what's she making now? I would be reading. That would make me engage with your page more. Things like
what
that.
You got.
Do what?
And this is what my husband's doing.
See? Look at that. I love it. See? So you can be posting stuff like that, all of that is value add to your audience. People that follow you, people that are your friend are going to engage in that, and they're going to want to see that and follow that. Miss Pam, what about you? What are something you're passionate about that you could post on that people would find interesting?
Well, my quilting probably. I love to work outside, so my garden, my herb garden and my veggie garden, and
yes,
just and cooking. I love to cook.
There you go. So you like just named 3 things right there. So if you alternated, you did one post a week for each of those, and then alternated the 3 areas of plexus in there.
Right.
There you go. There's your post for a week.
Yep.
So you can totally do that. And guys, also, I want to challenge you in this, because I have a hard time with this too. So I'm preaching to the choir here. But one thing that is difficult for me anyway, and I don't know if it's this way for you guys, but one thing that's difficult for me when I'm thinking of niching down and finding out who my audience is and really bringing value to them, it is hard to niche down, because we feel like if I'm talking about this, I'm going to be missing all these other people. And so I don't know about y'all, but it feels difficult to me to do that. But when you do that, when you are able to niche down just a little bit, and you're bringing, especially like Valerie, for you bringing in the women bikers and stuff, like that is very, very, very niched. But the cool thing about that is the more specific you can get, like women dirt bike riders, when you get into that, it is going to open up a whole new realm for you, a whole new audience that you don't have right now, because you're still trying to cater to everybody, you know. So it may even be you know, like on your Instagram or something, you may take your Instagram page and make it, you know, chicks with bikes, you know. I'm trying to think of like a cool name. About you're muted. What did you say?
Said like old ladies on dirt bikes.
Yes. I mean, really? Come on.
I said that because I'm actually a member of that.
See? I love that. So like come up with a cool name, kind of like that, and then go into your Instagram and make your whole Instagram feed all about that. Because what you can do is, as your Instagram, and you can go back and grab pictures from before. It doesn't have to be pictures from this week if you haven't got to ride this week. You know what I mean? Like go back and grab stuff and, you know, show places that y'all have gone and rides you've been on, and, you know, the different trails that you like, and whatever, you know, the equipment that you like, and whatever that world entails for you, and go in and post those things on your Instagram and rename your Instagram. And then in your stories on your Instagram, you can share Plexus. You know, that's how it works. So like, especially if you have a really cool niche like that, because like I was listening, there's a guy named Gary Vaynerchuk. He's a media mogul, and he curses a lot. So he has a podcast called Gary V Cuss Free, and that's the one I listen to. But he's really, really smart when it comes to marketing and media. And he was interviewing somebody the other day, and they were even talking about niching down, you know. And he's like, I'm trying to remember the example that he used. It was something about, oh gosh. He said something that was kind of broad. I can't remember what it was right off the top of my head. It was something about some kind of doctor. But he was like, you can be like this kind of doctor, or you can be a doctor like this that specializes in this, that's with this group of people. And now you've really narrowed it down, you know? So instead of it being, you know, women over 30 or women over 30 that ride bikes, it's women over 30 that ride dirt bikes that like trail riding. You know what I mean? Like, or bam, 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 you know? Same thing for you, Pam, you know, with the quilting and stuff, you know, instead of just quilting, maybe there's a particular, you know, pattern that you really specialize in, or a particular technique that you really love, or, you know, you do it for so much love ministry at church. You know, you do quilting as a ministry. So that is a niche, you know, right, of here's the people that we quilt for, and here's a family we blessed, and a newborn baby, and a marriage, and somebody that was sick, and, you know, that kind of things. There's so much love, right? So much love. Yeah. So like you know, you can niche down in that way as well, you know. So there's all kinds of things, but I really want you guys to be thinking and get specific around some of those things. You know, for me, my big thing is mindset and identity, you know, minister, hope, identity, freedom. That's the name of our team. You know, that's where I like to minister around, is around hope, identity, and freedom. And so trying to help people understand, you know, this is who God made you to be, and here's the things that you can do, you know, as you come into your identity in the Lord. And then I sprinkle in Plexus because I'm able to go and minister without financial constraints, right? So it's like, those are the different ways you can do that. Does that make sense? So be thinking about your 3 to 5 things. And then real quick, before we get off, because I know we started late tonight, but I love that she said, when you want engagement, which you want engagement on every post. I need to get better at this too, guys. So this is pointing at me specifically right now. But she said, put your question, your engagement question at the beginning of your text, or have it in your picture or if it's in a stories, especially on Instagram, you can put the little polls in there where they can click yes or no, or this or that kind of thing. And so it would behoove you to go and learn Canva. Canva is free. You can watch videos and tutorials. I know it's like, oh my gosh, it's another technology, another thing I have to learn. But guys, what if you spend an hour learning something like that and it increased your engagement by 10 or 20%? That would be worth an hour of your time to learn a software, would it not? I mean, really, we need to be thinking as entrepreneurs, as business owners. You know, if you go in and you're going to start, you know, you open your beauty salon, you know, salon ladies over here, you open your beauty salon, and then, you know, somebody tells you, well, in order for you to run your beauty salon, you're going to have to learn this appointment setting software. It's worth it for you to spend an hour or two learning that software to help your business, right? It's the same thing with Facebook, with Instagram, with Canva, learning things like that. So there's plenty of tools out there for you to learn. You just sit down and learn it, get with somebody, have them show you some stuff if you have questions, but go yourself and learn it. Go watch a video, because if you can sit down with Canva, you can make a cool little graphic with something, pop it into your stories, pop it on your post. Guys, that helps engagement, because that's what people are looking at, right? But ask a question in your engagement. And then last but not least, I do want to tell you, scheduling posts ahead of time. I actually asked Megan about this tonight. That is one that I struggle with, that I'm going to start working on myself. I'm holding myself accountable here. I'm going to start working on that myself, because so many times, like today, I did not post today. I went to Hobby Lobby. I got some really good deals on some stuff at Hobby Lobby. I could have made a post about that. My husband bought a truck. We drove to Columbia and bought a truck for him today. We could have posted about that. I have not made a Facebook post today. We've done both of those. I was on a call with Jennifer Leith earlier, then on our Megan's call, and now on this call, I could do a post about our team call and our culture. Like, there was 3 different things that happened to me today, and I did not document it. So bad Latoya. But I've got to plan ahead. I will say one thing that I have been doing, and it has helped me so much, and I know I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again, is batch your pictures. When you have a good picture day, it was funny. I was on the airplane coming back from Arizona, and there was a guy sitting beside me, and he was showing me something on his phone, and I went to pull up a picture on my phone, and we're sitting right beside each other on the plane, so we can see each other's phones, you know, and I said, when I open my phone, I'm going to look like the most narcissistic person in the world, because you're going to see 800 pictures of me as I'm flying through here. I was like, I do social media selling. Because literally when you open my phone, like, you'll see here in just a second, like, do you see, like, there's, hold on, let me get to them. Look, pictures of me, pictures of me, pictures of me. And then I did look, pictures of me, all of my outfits, pictures, 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 right? But the other day I did, look, these are all pictures of me that I took in the same day, guys. You see all this? Look, all these different expressions. I did all kinds of stuff. I went and changed my shirt, changed my earrings, did more, went and changed my shirt again, got some product, was taking pictures with product. Okay. I just got in front of my window in my bedroom and I started taking pictures. The reason why I did that is because the other day when I posted the picture, where is it? I posted this picture with the hydrate and the active on my post. Guys, I had not taken a shower. I had not brushed my teeth. I looked like a hot mess the day that I posted that. But I had taken that picture 3 weeks earlier. So when Chris was telling me about stealing my hydrate and my active, I was like, oh, I've got a picture I can use for that post. And I went and made it. So if you have your hair on, if you have your makeup on, if you feel like you're looking good that day, go and take some pictures in front of a window, get in front of a window, put your camera on, turn it around, put it in portrait mode, and take some pictures of yourself. Then go change your shirt, do it again, because there are going to be days when you do not have your face on, and you'll be able to pull a picture from 3 or 4 weeks ago that you took and use it in a post, and people will think that it's that day. And guys, trust me, that has saved me so much headache. So I do believe in batching, like taking pictures. I batch videos. A lot of my ministry videos that I do that are like 1 and 2 minutes long, 30 seconds long, about different things with your walk with the Lord. All of those I recorded in one day. I just recorded for like 3 hours back to back to back, you know, and just did different tips. And I went and changed my shirt, and then I come back and do another one. And then I change my shirt and then come back and do another one. Then I go pull my hair up and change my earrings and change my shirt and come back and do another one. And so I did that. So I had like 15 videos that I recorded, bam, 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 all about Jesus, that I was able to go and pull and just post them whenever I want to. So there are things like that you can do to save time. So I encourage you to do that. I am going to hold myself accountable, and I'll put it into our chat. I'm going to plan out my posts this week. And guys, here's the cool thing. If you plan them out ahead of time, even if you get to that day and you don't share that post, you've got it for the next day. Right? So even if something really cool pops up and you're like, oh man, I could post about this today, save the one that you had scheduled that day for another day when you don't have something to post. And then, do you know how to save posts on Facebook? Does everyone know how to do that? When she was talking about saving posts for inspiration. So let me show you. If you go to, you go down to the 3 lines down here, and then right here where it says saved, okay, it pops up. You see, I've got different categories. So I've got product education, for my team, customer care. And what happens is when I see a post, like from a Jewel, like that's Jessica Heffley, if I see a post that I like, I go and I click, there's a little ribbon up at the top. Let me show you. Okay, so say I want to save this post. I'm going to click the 3 little dots, and then I'm going to click where it says save, and that's going to ask me which collection I want to save it to, and I'll assign it to a collection. So when I want an idea, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. When I want an idea for posting, I can go in and say, I want a, like this says troubleshooting with Jennifer Pickett under, so this is talking about, this is a video talking about detox and die-off that somebody posted, and I saved it. So I can go in and share that on our product page. Or if I'm wanting, you know, the business one, people were posting about the business. Now, again, I'm not going to take their post word for word, but like she says, if kids are making millions opening toys on YouTube, then why are you convincing yourself you can't make $500, $1,000, or $5,000 a month online? What a great opening question. She said the e-commerce industry is surpassing projected sales year over year, and there's no shortage of lives that you could impact through social selling. I don't buy or keep inventory that's sitting in my garage. I don't ship products. I don't have to meet people at a grocery store parking lot to give them products. I don't have to set up my own website. My company does all that for me so I can focus on what's important, getting products that work in the hands of people who need a health revolution and a hand to hold on their health journey. If you can be consistent, if you can love people well, if you can partner with the right company, then your impact and income are limitless, friend. And that's what she put. And then she put a picture of herself with the plexus sign right behind her. I mean, that's a smart post, right? So I'm totally saving that and going to go put it in my own words and post that, right? So those are things we can do. So make sure when you see a post that you really like, make sure you're following like other Jewels and stuff and Plexus. Follow people in Plexus that are doing it the right way, like Megan, and save the posts that you see that inspire you. You don't have to take her post word for word, but if it inspires you, like I was taking pictures tonight when she was having those slides up, I took pictures of all those posts. So I was like, that's good. That's good. So I just took pictures of them so I could go back and look at them for inspiration later. So I thought this call was so good tonight. I'm so excited. So who's going to do like some planning and some batching and stuff like that? Yeah. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
All right. I love it. So I'm going to plan my week out, or at least plan several posts, and I will put that in our chat to hold myself accountable. I challenge you to do the same. Put your posting in our business builder chat, our Hope Identity Freedom Biz Builders chat, and just show us that you are planning out some posts this week. And that way it's not a big deal. And we're posting every day, at least once a day. So you guys are amazing. I love you. Any questions before we get off? I know Valerie had to drop off. Any questions? Y'all good? All right. I love you guys, and we will see you next week. Have a good one.
Thanks.